Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about some Essence makeup products. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Essence, I know personally I can find Essence at my local Ulta, like in stores. They've had a display for a while now, and also online. But recently I've kind of seen like larger displays expand and kind of pop up at Target. So I was at Target, I was like, you know what, let me grab some of these products. And then the ones I couldn't find at Target, I ordered online at Ulta because these are so, not only affordable, these are so cheap. I'm like, okay, these are really cheap. What's up? They're still hanging around Ulta. Now they're popping up at Target. Let's try some of these products out. I grabbed so many products and it was still really affordable. But I wanted to try a bunch of these out, do some reviews and demos for you guys, kind of compile some of these in a video for you. And it's been a while because I've been testing out these products, using them in my like kind of daily routine, and I was like, alright, we finally have to film this video. So just to get started, we've got a couple products. So the first product that I want to talk about, this is the Essence Eyeshadow Base, and I believe it probably only comes about one shade. This is about $3.50. Really affordable. This is cheaper than my NYX Shadow Base, which is about $5-6, and I really love that eyeshadow primer for a really affordable one. I love this one just as much, if not maybe even more, because I love that it comes with like a little doe foot applicator, so I can just dip and, you know, add onto my lids. And I like that it adds not only like a tacky base for my eyeshadows to kind of adhere to, but I love that it adds some sort of like pigment to my eyes, kind of like say like your MAC paint or the paint pot would do. And so that way you can kind of cancel out any like veins or anything and just create like a really nice base for your eyeshadows. I think I mentioned this in one of my favorites videos recently. If not, then it's got to be in there in this next one, but I'm pretty sure I did. But I have just been using this pretty much non-stop with my drugstore to my high-end shadows, and I honestly don't notice a difference, say if I were to use this, my NYX one, or my MAC one, or say even my Urban Decay concealer, which works really great as base. But for $3.50, if you're looking for an affordable eyeshadow base, I really like this one. Sometimes I'll use regular concealer, like say if I'm in a hurry, maybe I'll use like my Maybelline concealer, but sometimes concealers like that, which I like for my under eye because they add more moisture. Weirdly enough, I am dry skin, yet my eyelids get really oily. Sometimes that's a little bit too oily with my eyelids, and this doesn't really create like that oiliness for my eyelids. It's really nice, kind of like mattifying, but not too drying for my eyelids. So to go with the eyes, I also picked up an eyeshadow palette, really inexpensive, about $5, and there's a couple different colors. I picked up the one all about nude eyeshadow, and this is maybe like more in the cooler tone with some like purple pink shades. I was like, this is really affordable. There's a couple different shades. I was like, let's dabble more into the cooler tones. We've got enough warm tone shades. Personally, I've only tried this one, but I really was not impressed. When I first kind of received it, first thing you want to do is swatch it. And it was definitely one of those where you kind of have to like work your way above the layer of product. But even then, applying this on my eyes, I just wasn't impressed. I feel like you really have to build up the color. There's not much pigmentation. I feel like the colors that have the most pigmentation are this purple, this pink, and this gray, because they're not the shimmery, like this pink, this kind of like white shade, and this more like silvery shade. The really shimmery ones, there really is like nothing going on there. It's just like little mini glitters, but like the kind of mattifying ones, they were okay, but I've definitely seen like other eyeshadow palettes perform better, and comparing it drugstore wise, I've definitely had some better drugstore eyeshadow palettes. I feel like there's more pigmentation in those Revlon eyeshadow palette, which I was like okay with, but that one has more pigmentation. Definitely go for something over the Milani. And then even I feel like applying it on my eyes, I feel like, and it's definitely not the eyeshadow primer. It is not the eyeshadow primer, because I use that eyeshadow primer with everything and my shadows last all day long. But yeah, so this wasn't doing it pigmentation wise. And then also I feel as though like by the time I was done with my makeup for today, or even by the time I was done just doing my eye makeup, I feel like it kind of faded off, especially on the lid. I kind of tried to use this pink shade that definitely had some pigmentation. Like, okay, we're going somewhere, I guess. And then I tried to kind of layer it with this more shimmery shade, but I don't know, it it's okay, but it's really not doing much. This, I feel like the eyeshadow palette, this one specifically that I tried, I think it's a pass for me. I'm not that impressed with $5. I'd rather buy another eyeshadow primer that's actually gonna work. The next product that I picked up, this is their matte bronzing powder, and this is in the lighter shade. They also have one in a deeper shade. I feel like this one's good for my skin tone. It's not too light and it's not too dark. However, I will say though, I'm like on the cusp. If you're lighter than me, if you're really fair skin tone, this can probably look a little bit too orange. This is definitely a bronzer that's more on the orange side that I've tried, but an orange side that can still kind of pull off. It's definitely a warmer, so if you're a little bit lighter, it can work, it can maybe not work for you. I was really impressed. First of all, it says matte bronzing powder and it is matte. I feel like sometimes for bronzing powders you really have to be careful. They could just have some shimmers in there, but I like the texture of this. I like how smooth it is. I like how even it goes on my skin. I just love the way that this applies on my skin. So I really love this for the summertime. $5 for a matte bronzer. I definitely think this is a great size. Yeah, so if you're in the market for a bronzer, I think this is definitely one to check out. Something on the bronzer side, but okay, this is interesting. So this is their contour powder, bronzer slash highlighter. It says contour powder, but then it specifically says bronzer and highlighter. So I really do like this as well. This is about $4. This is a little bit smaller than the actual bronzer, but it comes with a highlighter. But the fact that it kind of says contouring and then it says bronzer, I don't know. I like this as a bronzer and highlighter, not as a contouring powder. So if I look at it as a bronzer and highlighter, I really like it. Also, just in case you're wondering, the bronzer is a matte shade and the highlighter is definitely shimmery, so that's something you can put on the tops of your cheekbones. I wish maybe it was just a little bit bigger, just to compare. This thing is really huge, but maybe if they were the same size and then still broken up into bronzer and highlighter, only because my only issue with this one is maybe, and it's not that big of an issue, it's definitely something you can work around, is maybe sometimes kind of trying to dip your brush in, because especially when you're doing a bronzer like this, you're just like, let me swirl and put on my face, or let me pat in and put on my face. Whereas this one, you have to just angle it a little bit different, you know, kind of do a little bit more like precisely. Not a big deal, but that would just make it a little bit more easier and manageable. As a bronzer, I really like this. I think this is great for my skin tone. This is in the shade 01 Light, and this also comes in another deeper shade as well. So if you're a darker skin tone, I think that will work great for you. I was actually pretty impressed with the highlighter. I actually did like it. I feel like maybe if you go darker, I haven't tried the deeper skin tone one because obviously I'm not of a deeper skin tone. Like, maybe I would try it just for the highlighter. But I feel as though maybe if you're like a little bit more tan, the highlight could or could not work for you, because it's not like a super white one, but it can kind of go there. You get me? But regardless, $4, not bad at all. And actually what I did to kind of make this highlight pop even more, just because I want to show you guys a review and demo, regardless, on its own this highlight's really nice, but I was actually impressed with this Essence So Glow. This is their cream to powder highlight. I remember when I first saw it, I thought it was just a regular powder highlight, but then I swirled my hand in there and this is a cream highlight, which is really nice. Dry skin, I love cream highlight. And honestly, I thought, okay, this might be a little bit too white, but for my skin tone, I actually really liked it. If I tan a little bit more, I might not be the biggest fan, but for right now, I liked it. So I put this on, I put my foundation on, and before I put my face powder on, I kind of added this. You can even add this before you put your foundation and then just kind of use that as a glow instead of setting with the powder on top. If you're someone who doesn't like to use powders, highlighters on top of your makeup because you feel like, I don't know, you're just not doing it, I would definitely go for a cream highlighter. I love cream highlighters. They look a little bit more natural. You can get that glow from within. So the shade that I got is 10 Look on the Bright Side, and the other shade that they have is definitely a more pinky highlight, so I'm not sure how many people are gonna like that one. That's why I definitely gravitated towards this one. I found this one at Target, $3.50, so you can definitely do, you know, really intensify your powder highlight or just use this as your kind of like natural highlight. Also, what I really like about these both highlights specifically is it doesn't deposit chunky glitter on the cheeks. I feel like that's a big issue normally with like drugstore highlights. It can be like really chunky and just like not look really great. But this combo together or separate, I think definitely is worth checking out. Another face product. This is the Essence Silky Touch Blush in the shade Babydoll, and I actually really do. I think it is a nice silky touch. It goes on, glides on the cheeks really smoothly, really smooth powder, not super chalky at all. I love the pigmentation, but it's like a good pigmentation, whereas when you blend it out, it's not hard to blend out, because that's sometimes the issue with some really pigmented, especially drugstore blushes. They can be chalky and they can be really hard to blend out. So if you deposit too much, that is gonna be a mother to kind of blend off your face. You definitely have to go in Beauty Blender. Might as well just start over. But this one, I really like the amount of product it kind of deposits. It's controllable, and I just like how it lasts all day long. So for $3, you cannot beat it. The Essence Eyeliner Pen Waterproof. This is a felt tip pen, and I actually really do like this felt tip. I like that it's not a flimsy felt tip. And then one of my issues that I usually have sometimes with felt tip pens is that when you kind of try to like easily glide it on, maybe with like wing liner, they don't deposit the product, or you really have to like kind of press down. But I like the sharpness of this when you kind of like just kind of glide it on your hand. It does deposit the product really nicely. And then I think the first time I tried this out, I was on my way out and I was doing my makeup, I think by my like makeup vanity, and I couldn't find any other eyeliner. I was in a rush. I was like, oh my god, this better work because I'm gonna be out and about all day. I tried it. I love the fact that it's like semi matte. It's not completely matte, but it's not glossy. I really dislike glossy eyeliners, especially when I do like wing liner. So I liked that, and then it did last me throughout the day. It didn't smudge, it didn't like kind of water. It is waterproof, and it stayed a good amount, because I was like, oh god, I was so worried throughout the whole day, but no, it stayed. So for about $3 and you need just a quick and easy eyeliner pen, I definitely think this is a good one to start off with, something to practice with, practice that wing liner. You can't go wrong. So I will be using this a lot more, especially like throughout the workday when I need to kind of do something really quick. Just keep it in my purse to remind myself, hey, if you have some time, you can do a little bit of liner, kind of age you up a little bit so people don't think you're the intern at work. So I like doing liner for those purposes, and this is definitely one I will be reaching for, or especially sometimes if say I want to kind of just go over my eyelash band just to kind of cover it up. This is definitely just something easy, quick that you can grab and go and take with you. I think one of my favorite products that I've tried out from what I picked up from Essence has to be the Make Me Brow. Sounds very similar to the Benefit Gimme Brow, which is about $20, and that changed up my brow game. That came in I tried it just in time for when I started working, and it's like 5-10 minute makeup, see what you can do. This is all you can do today type of a thing, but it really helps complete the look. When you kind of just add something to your brows and you have like no time to do anything else, or you have the bare minimum, it really just helps pull a look together. And to find this, which is basically almost kind of the same thing, the wand I think is one of the closest that I found to like other eyebrow products. I've tried so many like gel eyebrow makeup setters, or just in general the brows with the fibers in it, and this is definitely so far even closer than what I thought was really close. This is only $3. Oh my god. This also, like the Benefit, comes in 2 colors. I picked up mine in the shade Browny Brows. The other shade was a little bit lighter, more ashy. I think I kind of want to pick up that one. It's $3. It's $3. Might as well try it out. But that one was taken, and I really wanted to try it out. So I picked up the Browny Brows, which looks better once it kind of sets and dries. But I just kind of want to see and compare, maybe even do like a mixture of them or something. But regardless, I really love this. I have it on my brows today, and I didn't even use pencil or anything, and they're just kind of, you know, something quick and easy, and it looks like I have my brows done. This is definitely something I keep in my work bag, because sometimes if I just, you know, the bare minimum makeup and just add some brows and let's go. This is definitely $3. This is like the best $3 investment ever, and I just love it. Definitely sets your brows in place. It holds them, even if you want to do say like your pencil or your powder and just use this to set your brows. I think that's a really great combo. So I picked up their liquid lipstick in the shade Almost Real. I was super psyched because I saw liquid lipstick and it's yet another drugstore product. It was $3.50. I was like, okay, let's try one out and then we'll come back for the rest. And I'm glad I only bought one, because this isn't what you think of as a liquid lipstick. You're thinking it's gonna kind of dry off matte, it's gonna stay all day, and this is the opposite. Basically, to me, this is more of a really pigmented lip gloss. So they kind of explain it because they have the description. So here's the thing, I think this is one of the ones I might have picked up at Target or something. Because, okay, so when you're shopping, you just kind of like grab products. You can read what you can off of the box. Sometimes the box doesn't have things, or you don't have time to read. Sometimes I will look things up to see like a little bit more of a description, like what kind of a finish, what is it supposed to do. But sometimes you just kind of want to grab and go, and this is just one of those that I just grabbed and went with it. And I wish I would have read a little bit more, or would have said a little bit more in the description, because yeah, I will show you just kind of applying the lipstick, and then it's just a really pigmented gloss. So if you want a really pigmented gloss, try it out. It's a little bit sticky, so if you don't like that, then you're not gonna like it. I know some people, the thing with sticky gloss is normally, it should be, usually sticky glosses are gonna be the ones that are gonna last you longer throughout the day. So it's a little bit sticky, so it's gonna last you a little bit longer, but I really wasn't looking for a really pigmented gloss or a pigmented lipstick lip gloss. Just call it a lip gloss. They should have just called it a lip gloss, but you know what, I guess you sell more like that. So I'll use it on top of lipsticks and stuff, but I kind of preferred a liquid lipstick with a matte finish, so that was the only downfall for me. But if you want to do lip gloss, go for it. So I had originally tried their matte version of lipsticks, and they're pretty like moisturizing mattes. They don't feel like a matte lipstick at all. They stay on really, really nicely, and it's more like a not so creamy lipstick, really, really nice. I don't have that color, but the two lipsticks that I picked up, they have like their all nude line, so from like light to like darker nude, so for like different skin tones. And the one that I picked up, this is in the shade Cool Nude, and I'll show you just kind of applying this. I like their lipsticks. If you want to pick out a really inexpensive lipstick, check out their lipsticks. For $3, I think this is a really good lipstick for everyday on the go, especially their nude line. It's definitely really, really creamy. It's not like intense opaque, but it's got a good amount of coverage. This, for me personally, if you'll notice, you probably can't notice the difference, because for my skin tone, this is definitely a my lips but better type of color. Someone lighter than me, it'll show up a little bit darker, or if you are a little bit darker, it's going to be more like your super baby pink. But for me, this is definitely a great everyday you know, after you put on your makeup, especially when you kind of conceal your lips with a foundation or something, you'll definitely see this kind of like appear more. The second lipstick that I got, also $3. This is the Barely There, and this is definitely more on the mauve side, so it definitely has a little bit more color. I definitely picked up colors that would be great for everyday, but really, really creamy, really, really moisturizing. I love a creamy lipstick these days, especially, you know, just to kind of, you know, take it easy with the mattes. But even their matte line is really, really comfortable. So definitely check out these lipsticks. I've really, really been liking these. My last two products are lip liners, and these are $2 lip liners, and these are some of the creamiest lip liners ever. So these are definitely the type that you sharpen, and I know normally like wooden pencil lip liners, they can be really drying, really mattifying on the lips. It can kind of make you feel like they're cracking, whatever. These are really, really moisturizing and creamy. I have one in the shade Soft Berry and the other one Satin Mauve. Really great like mauve tone shades, one lighter, one darker, depending on my mood. But I like the creaminess of them because I can line my lips with these and fill them in, and that could just be like my lipstick for the day, and it'll last me all day long. It'll leave that stain. So if you're someone who likes to use your lip liners as a lipsticks, do you like that color, definitely go for these. But then in general, I just like the way that these colors in general look underneath other lipsticks. I am wearing the Soft Berry, and then the lipstick I am wearing is the Cool Nude. So I really, really like that combo. So I hope you guys enjoyed that review and demo of all the products that I picked up. I was really impressed and really glad with the amount of products that I loved, especially that brow fiber. If you're gonna pick up anything, get that brow fiber. That has just been like the gem. That has been my lifesaver for $3. If you're on the go, you have no time for nothing in the morning, but at least if you can get your brows on and have that satisfaction of feeling put put together, definitely do that. Make sure to check the description bar for some more reviews and demos I did, especially of some like drugstore products as well, affordable products. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with some more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.